Stubbs knocks down both. Cuts the Oneida lead to 8. Yancey has the ball. He doesn't want it. Pressure applied by Harriman. Set a backward kick, it looked like, if you've ever seen one of those before. And Bowling has it on the left side, outside top of the key. And Atkinson's all over the Oneida player. They'll pass it over to Andrew DeWitt. DeWitt to Bowling. Bowling looks for three. He doesn't like it. Dishes out top of the key to Colby Morgan. Morgan's going to be fouled by Kylan Love. That's his third foul of the night. Colby Morgan goes to the line for 2 shots. First shot's up. First shot is good. Oneida on top, 38-29. Morgan hits the second shot. Extends the lead back to 10. Stubbs for Harriman pulls up for a three-pointer. Shot, it's no good. It's stolen away by Scudder. Scudder back to Stubbs. He'll pass it to Love, and Love will set up the offense for the Blue Devils. Coca sets the pick. And we've stopped the clock. We've stopped the game for no reason again. Don't know what that was about if you're tuned in at home, but another stoppage. It'll remain Harriman basketball. And number 10 for the Oneida Indians checks out of the game, Andrew DeWitt. Stubbs has it at the top of the key for the Blue Devils. Dribbles left, dishes off to Ethan Atkinson. Atkinson dribbles in, he's guarded by Yancey. Atkinson back to Love. Love dribbles in, they finds Coca underneath the basket. 2-point basket is good.
Okay.
Oneida inbounds to Colby Morgan. Morgan stolen away by Coca.
Back over to Love. Love back over top of the key. Feeds it underneath Stubbs. Stubbs puts it up. It's good, and he fouled, so Stubbs is going to go to the line to make this a 3-point play.
Harriman cuts the lead to 6, 39-33. Stubbs is at the line for the and one. A great pass by Colin Love. Gets the steal, gets his head up.
And if you're joining us back just here right now, 6:01 left in this ball game. Harriman now trailing 39-33. Stubbs with the steal, puts it up, makes the basket at the line for the free throw. The shot is up, and it's good. 39-34, Harriman trailing. 6 minutes left to play in the game. Full court pressure by the Blue Devils. Oneida gets it in.
And Colby Morgan for the Indians is bringing the ball up, and that is not a good position for him to be in. He hasn't done the best with it tonight when pressure applied. They'll swing it over to Jared Hulley. Hulley back out to Elijah West. Riley Clem, a faithful listener tonight. Thanks for tuning in, Riley. Bowling dishes off to Yancey. The big man out for three, and it's good. Yancey with a dagger. Stubbs has it for Harriman at the top of the key.
Stubbs back up top of the key. He's going to feed it into Love. Love over the left-hand side. Love takes it in. 2-point jump shot. Good.
And it's good. And they're just not going to call anything. That's incredible.
If they do, they have to go talk to the guy with the book.
Bowling brings it up court for the Blue Devils, guarded heavily by Atkinson. Bowling looks to go all the way. And a shot. Oh!
He's coming back the other way.
Colin Love is a charge drawing machine for the Harriman Blue Devils. shoot the technical. He hits the first shot. And he sets for the second shot. Shay Shannon pleads his case with the referee as Nathan Bowling hits the second of 2 technical foul shots. And now, Oneida will shoot the 1-and-1. And this is not going well for the Blue Devils' favor. And they just can't seem to get it figured out. If you're tuning in at home, we're in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes and 27 seconds remaining. Oneida has the lead, 44-36. Yancey is at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And he'll hit the first shot. The Oneida lead back to 9. Yancey with the second shot. He'll knock it down. And Oneida extends the lead back to double digits. And Shay Shannon wants a full timeout. Heavily displeased for the Blue Devils. As a 6-point lead, just like that, turns back into double digits. Shay Shannon still pleads his case to the referees. And it's going to be Oneida ball coming out of this. So you're looking at a 6-7 point swing. Harriman really had momentum up until that technical foul by Coca. And Denard Bertram in the huddle having to run this timeout while Shay Shannon continuously pleads his case. And I don't blame him, Randy.
4:27 left here to play in this Region 2A championship game. 36-46, Harriman trailing by 4. Programming stream changed, so some people may have had a brief interruption, but we are back up now.
It's going to be Oneida basketball coming out of the timeout. Bowling inbounds it for the Indians. He's guarded by Atkinson. Stolen away by the Blue Devils. Just like that, Stubbs goes all the way, and he's fouled. And that's a good job done by the Harriman Blue Devils of staying focused and not letting all of what just happened over the past 5 minutes get to them. They get the steal, dribble down court, pick up the foul, and Stubbs is at the line for 2 shots.
Stubbs at the line, as Shay said, for 2 shots. First shot is up. Good. Back down to a 9-point ball game. Harriman trailing. 4:21 left to play in this Region 2A championship game. Second shot by Stubbs is up. Good. 38-46, Harriman trailing. Full court pressure by the Blue Devils.
Yancey inbounds to Morgan. Morgan brings it up for the Oneida Indians. He's guarded by Love. Makes a move, dishes off to Bowling. Bowling's guarded by Stubbs. Bowling back off to Morgan on the right side outside the 3-point line. Yancey makes a move on Coca. He's got it outside the 3-point line. You know he doesn't want to handle it too long. And he dishes off to Bowling on the right side.
Of course, they want to hold the ball, work the clock.
And that looks like what they're going to try to do right now.
3:54 left to play. 46-38, Harriman trailing.
Love almost comes away with the steal. He'll knock it out of bounds. It'll remain Oneida ball. Oneida with an 8-point lead, 46-38. They'll inbound it to Colby Morgan. Morgan will hand it off to Hulling. Hulling dribbles to the right side. Clock runs. He'll hand it off to Bowling. Bowling guarded. Pressure applied heavily by Stubbs. They'll dish it off to Hulling, and they're just going to try to run the clock out of this ball game, Randy. Harriman will have to decide to foul momentarily. Well, they almost throw it away.
Wasting the clock here. Harriman's going to have to get a turnover.
Morgan with a 3-point shot. And they're going to call him for touching the rim.
Oneida guy went up himself and touched the rim before the ball even bounced back down, so it'll be Harriman Blue Devil.
You know, I never had that problem.
Yeah, me neither. Coca set to inbound for the Blue Devils. 3:21 left to play in the game. 46-38, Harriman trailing. Blue Devils need points on this time around. Brady Stubbs brings the ball down for the Blue Devils. Looks over at Coach Shea Shannon. Waits for the call. Gets it over to Love. Love looks at the top of the key. Back over to Scudder. Scudder back over to Stubbs. And it's hit by Oneida. Scudder picks it back up. Harriman retains possession. Scudder takes it in. Puts it up. No good. Let's see. Rebound. They're fighting for it under the goal. He walked. What?
Another foul called on Coca.
Of course, he danced like he was at a hoedown before he called the foul on him. Do-si-do, where we go. In the 1-on-1.
Nick Pelfrey will check into the game.
3:08 left in the game. 3:08 left in the game. Harriman trailing 38-46. And we're over here talking to the clock operator and the bookkeeper again.
This is why you can't have a shot clock in high school basketball.
And what are they looking at? I mean, this just kills a ball game.
I think they're trying to find Oneida another call. Number 22, Elijah West, at the line for the 1-and-1. Knocks it down. Nick Pelfrey checks into the game for Coca. Lead back to 9 for the Indians. Just under 3 minutes remain in the ball game. He almost airballed that one.
Back down to Stubbs. Stubbs back up top of the key. Gets it over to Love, left-hand side. Stubbs underneath the Scudder. Scudder back out to Stubbs. It's going to be hit out of bounds by Oneida. This will be Blue Devils ball. 2:45 left to play in the game. 47-38. Harriman trailing. This is the Region 2A championship. What's on the line here is home stake during the sub-state. Back over to Stubbs, top of the key, gets it over to Love. Love looks over to the right-hand side. Back down to Scudder. Scudder's in the right-hand corner. Scudder dribbles underneath, gets it to Pelfrey. Pelfrey back up under it. Takes it in. Good. 40-47. Harriman trailing now, 2:28 by 7 points. Full court pressure by the Blue Devils.
Bowling brings it up court for the Devils. He'll pass it all the way across half court to Elijah West. And here they're going to try to run the clock. Pressure guarded by Ethan.
Stolen away by the Blue Devils. Stubbs picks it up, brings it across the court, takes it inside, puts it up. Good. It's good. 42-47. Harriman trailing 2 minutes.
And there's a foul.
And there's a foul away from a ball. And that's an Oneida player that's literally pushed Colin Love across the court.
He slid halfway across the court.
And they called it just as a regular foul, but that looked more like a technical to me. He shoved him across the court.
It looked like a flagrant to me.
I think they're talking about it now because he shoved him across the court. I mean, shoved him.
Just pushed him right off of him. So much for having to wipe the sweat off the floor.
It's time to go talk to the clock again, I guess, or the books to slow it down. So they're just going to call that a regular foul.
Into the third quarter, Hampton leads University High 43-31 in Region 1A championship action.
Blue Devils ball. Stubbs underneath the goal. 2 minutes left playing the game. 47-42. Harriman trailing. Stubbs looks, gets it up top of the key to Love. Love thinks about a three, pulls it back. Dribbles around to the left-hand side, gets it over to Pelfrey. Pelfrey three-point shot from the outside. It's nothing but net. Nothing but net. Chase. 45-47. Harriman trailing. Full court pressure by the Blue Devils.
Colby Morgan brings it up court for the Indians. He's guarded. And a quick foul. Don't think Scudder meant to foul, but he had all his momentum going that way. And fouls him as Harriman cuts the lead to 2 with 1:46 remaining in the game. Colby Morgan heads to the line. And momentum begins to swing back to the way of the Harriman Blue Devils. Morgan knocks down the first shot, lead back to 3. Colby Morgan's second shot is up, and it's no good. Harriman does not need to hurry.
Stubbs brings it down across the timeline, back over to Adkisson. Adkisson back up top of the key, looks, gets it to the right-hand side, picks his dribble up, going to have to get it to somebody, gets it over to Pelfrey. Pelfrey's going to dribble it back into the paint, puts it up, no good, rebound, Oneida.
Colby Morgan with the ball, guarded by Stubbs. Stubbs just
pocket. It's Adkisson. Puts it up. It's good. Adkisson's going to the line to tie the game.
All the way from Barrington Place to Chattanooga School of Arts and Science, Ethan Adkisson. He'll be at the line with a chance to tie the game, and momentum has swung, and momentum is blue and white of the Harriman Blue Devils.
So let's set the stage here. 1:22 left in this Region 2A championship game. Harriman trailing 48-47, 44-48. Stubbs goes in, puts the shot up, counts, fouled. Stubbs is going to go to the line here in just a second to tie the game for the foul shot. Listen to the sounds here. The Blue Devils are fired up. Randy Ellis along with Chase Clem, BBB Communications and Wrong Sports, bringing you this Region 2A championship game here tonight.
One minute, 22 seconds remains in the game. Harriman has cut the deficit to 1. What was 23 points and 5 points in the first half has now become a 1-point ball game. Ethan Adkisson at the line for the and one. Oneida not handling the press of Harriman very well, and Harriman needs to keep applying more pressure.
Ethan Adkisson at the line here for this free throw shot to tie the game up. No pressure. Adkisson's shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound, Oneida.
Bowling, double teamed by Stubbs and Scudder. He'll go up court to number 33, Perry. Perry back to Bowling. And Oneida looks to run the clock. They bring it back out. Bowling passes it inside to Yancey. Yancey back out to
1 minute
West.
to play. 1 minute to play.
Back out to Bowling for 3, and it's good. The lead's 4. That's a big shot by Oneida. They needed it.
Back into Stubbs. Stubbs brings it down. 50 seconds. Scudder in the corner. Scudder three-point shot outside. It's going to be no good. Love on the rebound. Love dribbles it back out. 44 seconds. Love that feeds it underneath to Adkisson. Adkisson puts it up. No good. Let's see. There's going to be a jump ball.
And another
foul, and he just... And that player pulled the ball and hit our player in the face.
And no call.
No call. But so they're going to call a foul on Love. Then the guy jerks the ball out of his hands, hits him in the face with the ball, and they're going to call still a foul on us. Same big guy, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've never, I'll just leave it at that.
51-47, 38.1 seconds remain. Yancey goes to the line for the Indians.
There's a big difference when letting them play and letting somebody get hurt.
Ball don't lie. First shot's no good.
.38 seconds. Harriman trailing 52-47. Quickly back. Stubbs picks the ball up for the Blue Devils. Brings it across the timeline. Out top of the key. Back over to Scudder. Scudder right-hand side.
30 seconds. They got to get a shot.
Scudder looks. Scudder pulls it over to Love. Love back to there. 27 seconds.
Stubbs for 3. That's good.
50-52. Stubbs, big three-pointer up top of the key. And that's about 2 seconds right off the clock after he called the timeout. But I guess they might have to go talk to the bookkeeper for 30 seconds about that to see if they need to add it back.
Shay Shannon disgusted, but able to keep his team focused.
I don't blame you. They should have never. Okay, take it. Granted, that was a foul against Colin Love down there, but there's 2 referees standing there with him. The boy from Oneida should have never jerked his arm and hit him in the face with his elbow, and the referee standing right there on top of him.
And just didn't call anything. Shay Shannon gets his team ready to come out of this timeout. You know they're going to come out with that press.
Blue Devils down by 2 with 22.1 seconds away from this region title game. And the benefits of winning this game is hosting Monday night and not having to travel to Hampton or the preparatory school. Shay
Shannon still pleads his case. He's trying to get a call. He's hoping it'll pay off in these last 22.1 seconds.
Maybe he can get a makeup call.
Oneida comes out of the timeout, inbounding the ball
So Oneida will be set under Harriman's baseline. 22 seconds. Harriman trailing by 2. That's the seam here.
West inbounds it for the Indians. He can run the baseline. They'll hand it off to Bowling. He got away with a walk right there and fouled quickly by Ethan Atkinson.
And he fouled the ball, too, from behind. You see the ball? You got to watch it here tonight. You can foul the ball, too.
Shout out to Robin Clem. She's at home watching tonight, listening tonight.
Still a 2-point ball game, 1-possession game.
Bowling at the line for the Indians. He'll miss the first of 2. And Oneida drops the rest of their defense on the Harriman side of the court. Bowling sets up for the second shot, and he knocks it down. The lead is back to 3.
Game. Back to Atkinson. 18 over to Stubbs. 18 seconds. Stubbs up top of the key. It's a 3-point game. Gets it into Atkinson. Atkinson takes it up, puts it up, and it's good.
Timeout, Blue Devils.
So the score with 9.4 seconds left to play in this game, 53-52. Harriman trailing by 1, and Oneida will be taking the ball out underneath their own goal. Oneida will be taking the ball out underneath Harriman's own goal.
Score that's gone final. Hampton defeats University High 60-51. The Bulldogs will host the loser of the game, this game between Oneida and Harriman on Monday.
9.4 seconds. Here's the scene. Blue Devils trailing 53-52. 9.4 seconds left in the game. Oneida will be taking the ball out underneath Harriman's goal. Full court pressure here by the Blue Devils. Just let the player know that he is eligible to run the baseline for Oneida. Again, 9.4 seconds left. Trailing by 1, Harriman is.
It'll be Elijah West. Inbounds quickly to Jarrett Quickly
fouls.
It's going to be on Stubbs.
Foul will be on Stubbs. Number 23 for Oneida will be going to the line. It runs 2 seconds off the clock. Still a 1-possession game if they do make both of these points.
First shot up, no good. Jarrett Hulling for the Indians misses the first of 2 shots. It's a 1-point ball game. Harriman with a chance to win it. The second shot's made.
2-point
Harriman
ball
down
game.
2.
Quickly over to Stubbs. Stubbs going to bring it across the timeline. 6 seconds. Stubbs looks over to Pelfrey from the side. 3-pointer. In, out, no good. Rebound is Oneida. And Oneida is going to walk away here with a 2-point game victory. Oneida will be the region championship player team here tonight by a score of 54-52. And I'm not going to lie, there was some questionable calls here later in the game, Chase. I think you can agree with me.
I can agree with it, Randy. A 23-point lead is not enough to overcome by the Blue Devils. They played their hearts out. The refs made the quickest exit I've ever seen.
Right quick, you will be going where now Monday night?
We'll be going to Hampton.
So we'll be going Hampton. Right quick, I want to thank the sponsors so we can get out here. City of Harriman, Harriman Utility Board, Davis Funeral Homes, Chris Mason, Roane County Trustee, Dusty Road Boutique, Roane County Commissioner Ben Gann, United Grocery Outlet of Harriman, Road Supervisor Dennis Ferguson, and Chuck's Deli. We want to thank you for listening to the Roane Sports BBB Communication Game of the Week. Thanks, Brad, back at the station, and thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thank you.
let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And we kind of helped out on the community there. Mike want to be a good member of the community. So, yeah, we didn't have any problem with them playing the ball game. Who won, Dylan? Oh, 9-2. Man, I tell you what, we got to hear a little bit of it over here at the studio, and we knew it was a close game. So, anyway, Mike, we got to roll right along with the fishing show, and
That's right.
got a lot of things. I know we're in competition with the Lady Vols, but they don't have what Mike's got.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, and that's a goldfish bowl with no water and no goldfish.
Yes, sir.
So, what the heck? We'll just have to hope we can compete. That's all I know. Anyway, folks, you know, the weather and the working, and we just haven't had anything going on as far as fishing goes, have we, Mike?
No, and I stopped down there and got the minnows the other day, and I asked him, I said, have you ever got any chartreuse minnows in yet? He said, nope. I said, but I'm working on it.
Well, all right. Tell him to work a little faster, Mike, when you go back by down there. We got to have them, that's for sure. But all jokes aside, folks, yeah, there's some. They had a tournament on Watts Bar last weekend. Took 20 pounds to win.
Yeah.
And 18 was second, and then it dropped down. I thought he said 15, then 13, and right on down. It's a tough day. A lot of wind, but you know, hey, these guys that know how to fish, they can catch them.
That's right.
And they say somebody always comes in with a 20-pound bag or close to it. And then they had a tournament up on Cherokee.
Yes, sir.
Some guys we know was catching some fish, and wound up going up there, and I think one of them didn't get a bite, and the other one caught one little non-keeper.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, said the guys won it, had 5 smallmouth that weighed 21 pounds.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me, Mike. Doesn't surprise me. We just, since we quit tournament fishing, we haven't been to Cherokee, and we've always done pretty decent up there.
Yes, sir.
It's, you know, been a pretty good lake, really. It's got some dangerous spots in it when the water gets down. You got to know where you're running, but got some good fishing places. Sure has. All right. Before we get on any further in the show, I want Dylan to put that picture up.
No.
There you go. Folks, that is on my left of the picture there, that's Darrell Ruffner. Guy I grew up with, played basketball with through school. That's Coach Mike Pickle. He was the coach, our high school basketball coach there the last couple of years I was in high school. And then that tall guy there is Eddie Carter. And the guy to the right is Dr. Steve Smith. And we went up to Carson Newman. I was behind the camera, which is lucky, and that way it didn't get broke. But anyway, we went to Carson Newman. Eddie was inducted to the Carson Newman Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago, and just wanted to bring that up. And that's Gene and Thomas Carter's son, Eddie is, and great going to school with him, played ball with him, and all through elementary school and high school, and Steve and Darrell and myself and Eddie had a pretty decent ball team there. Steve's senior year, and then had a pretty good team Eddie's senior year. So it's the honor for me to get to go up there and watch that thing happen. So couldn't help but put the picture up. All right. Thank you, Dylan. All right. We're back. Now, Mike, if you had a picture of about a 6 or 7 pound bass, I'd feel pretty good.
Well, I ain't got no picture of no bass, but I know you ain't gonna get me in trouble. Hello, Dad.
Oh, yeah. We better say hello to Dad. Gosh, I'm glad you remembered that. He'd have jumped on you first, though.
Hello.
Yeah. Guarantee it. Yeah, he would have jumped on you first. Okay, Dad, hello, and to Bill and Paul Harrison and old Mike Pennington down Harriman Way. I know you all are watching, or you're either watching the ball game, which is probably more exciting tonight than what the fishing show is, so we can't hold it against them, Mike.
I know it.
You know, they'll say, oh, I'll watch the rerun.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. You know, we were sitting here, Mike's got a little bit of film, I think. I don't know how much. A couple of little things we want to touch base on is the had this laying here on the table when I come in. U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Watts Bar Lake boating safety class, Tennessee Boater Education Certificate, now offering a 2-day boating safety class on March the 17th and 19th from 5 to 9 p.m. both days at the Roane State Community College in Harriman, 276 Patton Lane, Harriman, Tennessee 37748. Space is limited, so call early for reservations. Bill and Linda White. And the number to call is 865-376-4822. Great, Dylan. I'm glad you got that put up on the screen. And here's what we want to add to that. And you know, it's not going to be long. The kids will be out wanting to jet ski and all this kind of stuff. So you've got to have a Tennessee boater safety course if you're born after January the 1st, 1989. Anybody that operates a boat, jet ski, boat, anything that's under gas powered, after January the 1st, 1989 has got to have that course and the boater certificate to go with it.
Yeah, and anyone 12-year-old or younger is not allowed to operate a boat unless they're under adult supervision.
There you go. In other words, if you're 11 years old and you go down there and take this boater course and you pass it, then you can operate a boat as long as you've got an adult supervision.
That's right.
And they have their, if they're born after January of 1989, they got to have a boater certificate.
Yes, sir.
To be your observer, plus they have to be over 18 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a kind of a double-edged sword, depending on your ages. Mm-hmm. And but you know, like I said, if you operate a boat, you've got to have this certificate and go to the class.
Well, one thing about it, it's not like something you have to renew it.
Yeah.
Once you take the course, it's good rest of your life.
That's right. Exactly right. Yeah. And you'll have to go. Grandson Wesley, he had to go to the bait store, and we got a $10. Paid $10 to get a number, and then you come home and you punch that number in your computer, and it brings up all the study courses and everything, and then you can contact TWRA or your local post office, and they can tell you when and where you can go and take the test. Mm-hmm. And that kind of thing. So
if you don't want to fool with a computer,
I said the post office, your local library.
Your library, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't want to operate no computer, if you're computer illiterate like me,
yeah,
I'm sure they've got a booklet that
Oh,
they
yeah.
can send you just like your driver's license
Yeah.
book to study and
I'm
everything
sure
to
you
get
can-
ready for the test.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find one. Anyway, when Wesley was doing his on the computer, I got real smart and thought I'd take it too, you know, and there's a couple there that I got tricked on. So,
Oh, yeah.
very, very easy. And but anyway, we thought we'd just bring that to light since this was laying here on the table. Made me think about the Broder education class, what's involved in that kind of thing, and who is it for, mainly. And it's a good thing. You know, Mike and I we learned the boat operation
With
by
paddle.
well, we paddled for several years, and then we got an opportunity to fish, so we had a little 3-horsepower Johnson, and we would set up on top of the big engine and with her foot on that motor and steer the boat and do her fishing.
Yeah.
You know, and then the dad got involved in the tournament fishing, and then we got the electric trolling motors and all that kind of stuff, and then it is what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, you know, it's a good course, and it's required. It's a requirement for you to have that if you're operating a boat in the state of Tennessee. So if you're born after January 1989. So let's see, 90, 2000, 10, it's about 30 years ago, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway, just thought we'd give y'all a little heads up on that, and remember that March the 17th and the 19th from 5 to 9 p.m. both days at Rome State Community College in Harriman. All right. The number's 376-4822. Okay, Mike, what else we got?
Well, you know, I've had reports on Watch Bar. Of course, I went down there a little while Sunday and put in Blue Springs. Water 45, 48, bouncing around in there. Started out pretty shallow there and worked some trees and stuff, and got out there in the creek channel, and I caught a couple of small crappies about 10 inches long out there, but 15, 18 foot deep.
Mm-hmm.
I could see some different depths of fish out there and stuff, and some schools of minnows, and the top layer of minnows was about anywhere you went, and you could see them coming up and fluttering and going down and stuff, and the gulls was swooping and all that, but the water had a little bit of color to it, and back there in Blue Springs, and as I got further out toward the channel, started getting a little more color.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And got out to the channel, as they're running wild and still mud as a clay hole out there. So I run around several different places hunting. He's back in White's Creek there, and it was about like Blue Springs, but I found a little deeper water back in there, and I got fishing along the edge of that creek channel there, about 35 foot, and I had a hold, I don't know how many fish, and I ended up catching one keeper crappie, but I got a hold of several, and every time I'd start up with them, just
Come on.
come on. And they were so finicky about biting. I'm sure I probably missed a lot of them that I didn't even know was hitting, but I mean, you had to really be on your toes to feel them hit it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you'd start easing up on it, and you're done too late. They're done spitting it out. I don't know what the deal was on that, but I know at least 10 or 12 or more that I had a hold of it. I didn't get in. But,
Mm-hmm.
At least I know they was there. I could see them on the depth finder and stuff, but I thought, well, it may be catfish or drum or something like that, but
Right.
they was crappie. But I guess they just are full of minnows, and when you get out there about 20 foot, you keep running across them big schools of minnows. The depth finder won't even read through them. You know, there's so many there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in good and well, you may be in 40 foot of water, but all of a sudden that school of minnows from 20 foot, I guess to 40 foot, but at least there's so many of them, the depth finder wouldn't read through them to tell you where the bottom was at. But I don't know, it's rain just keeps getting it muddier and all the time. And I talked to my uncle, Gary, there, and he said he had been down to Emory, and it had cleared up down there the other day, and that's before this last rain, and said they caught 6 crappie, but they was throwing grubs and stuff about 3-4 foot deep.
Yeah.
No big ones, but you know, they was catching them out from under he's talking about the minnows where they was at and stuff, and everything, but the water temperature about the same up there too, the way he talks. So, you know, it's a whole different situation when that water warms on up or cools on down and clears up. Everything changing, you know. So
Yeah.
maybe we can get some decent weather and things will straighten up for us.
Yeah. I hope you're right, Mike. I know, the Bradford Pears,
Easter flares up.
Easter flowers up, red buds, the top of the ridges, the top of the trees are red.
Yeah, I've done seen people dragging lawnmowers around.
Yeah. So, you know, the water temperature is coming up a little bit. It's running around 50 degrees. You'll find it running anywhere from 45 to 50, 51 degrees in some places, according to what the guys has told me. You know, but then here we are supposed to get snow flurries for tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you know, they gain a little bit and lose a little bit, gain a little bit and lose a little bit. But anyway,
I don't care what the temperature is as long as it quit raining.
Yeah, I hear you. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, had her share of that for sure. Anyway, it's that cold, muddy water again. It just runs them back out. They'll move in, you know, start moving back in the back of the pot or towards the back of the pockets and or off the channel and that you know, in on the creek channel banks, and then here come that muddy cold water and run them right back out there in that deep water again.
You will.
So anyway, Dylan, show a little break there and put Mike's film on, will you? All right. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, it's a good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, folks, I'm back down here at Blue Springs. Water looks like it's a little bit cleaner. Here's 48, 48.2 temperature. We're gonna start out here and try a couple of places and idle around here and see if we can figure out exactly where them crappies at. I've seen a lot of minnow activity down there at different depths. Most of it's been down there around 20 foot, but anyway, we're gonna start out here about 15 and probably try to work our way out. I don't know what the channel looks like yet. I ain't been out there, but I know they're running the water pretty swift. When I come across the Tennessee up there, it was still pretty muddy, but we'll give them a try for a little while. Don't do no good. We may take off down the river or somewhere else. So stick with us and hopefully we can find them crappies. So remember the sponsors and let's go fishing. All right, folks. Yeah, that's a crappie. My goodness, he's a living. Let's throw him back to see if we can find something a little bigger. He's about 19, 20 foot deep. We'll keep after him. All right, let's see what we got this time. That's what I thought. Them rascals, they show up everywhere you go around here. Going catfish. All right, we'll get him off and get back at it. All right, let's see what we got this time. Hey, it's a crappie. A little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Still ain't gonna measure, but bigger than the other one. Get rigged back up, see if we can get another one. All right, there's another one. See what this one is. That's a catfish. There you go. My goodness. Oh, them rascals something else. They make a mess. I don't think there's any doubt about that one. Shucks for no. These are a big drum or a catfish one. Drum. My goodness. Yeah, they sure knocked the fire out of it, that's for sure. They don't let much get by them, eh? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to load it up, hit the trail here.
All right, Mike. Tough fishing. You know, I'm glad you stuck with it. See if you could come up with something, but just tough fishing. I don't, you know, hard to get them to bite when they're just barely nipping that thing, and hard to catch them when they're just a little nibbles all you're getting down there in that 25 to 30 foot of water. Hard to do anything with them.
It sure is.
So, anyway, whoop. I messed up there, jerked my microphone off. Don't want to get that thing growling like it was before. One thing, go to Reynolds Racing and Marine, talked to Glenn today. I wanted to remind everybody about the Mercury repair, rebate, replace going on. It runs out the end of this month. And if you're thinking about repairing your boat, you know, upgrading or whatever, the rebates are still good till the end of the month. Then he's got a 2004 21-foot Stratus. Makes somebody a good fishing boat, he said, for $14,900. It's got a Yamaha 225 fuel injected engine on it, and he didn't say the boat was showroom, but he said it's a nice rig.
Mm-hmm.
They just put new tires on the trailer, he said. Don't know what else they've done to it, but if you're looking for a boat, you might want to stop by there and check it out. Also, too, Mike, you want to remind these people about that's had their boats stored up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait till the last minute to call down there and try to get them checked, you know. Make sure, to run them through a service is basically what that amounts to. You know, this time of year, they get swamped, and it might be 2 or 3 days or so before they can get to you. So the earlier you get there with it, the better off you're going to be. The quicker you can get it back.
That's for sure.
Because once they get 3 or 4 stacked up there in front of you, it's a day or two, you know, to get to you, and you know, checking the fluid levels and this, that, and the other, and you're greasing your axle wheels and on and so forth, so on. Whatever it takes to make sure you're out, you know, when you go to the water that first time, that thing's ready to go.
Well, you know, you take your boat in down there to have it checked out, and then all of a sudden they start finding problems with it, and they thought that, well, we're just going to be a couple of hours to do this, and then all of a sudden they got to work on it all day long. So that just keeps putting more and more people behind on when they can get to your boat. So it's better to get down there quick as you can to get it checked out, and that way you ain't waiting for a month to get it straightened out.
The nicer the weather gets, the more people gets their boats out and want to get on the water.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, then you run into you put the motor on the water hose and you go to crank it up, and well, you not got the water pressure you ought to have.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get in there and put a water pump in.
That's true.
Or impeller in on the water pump.
Have you heard him say how long the wait is on a boat if you order a certain color or something, you know?
Well,
Is it still 3 or 4 months?
That's what he mentioned to me a couple of weeks ago. You 3 months, 4 months out on a boat, especially the fiberglass boats. But the express boats, not quite that much. Mm-hmm. Get them rolled in pretty quick. And that's like you got to get your name in the hat, Okay. But do go down there and check things out. He did tell me about the Stratus he has. You got 2 or 3 of the aluminum Expresses there. I know he's got a couple of center consoles, but he's also got, there was a 17 and a 19 the other day when I was by there, or maybe 2 17s and a 19. So if you're interested in one of those, get by there, check it out, look at them. And then I know we had the Allison, the bullets over there. Mm-hmm. I think maybe he got rid of one, but still got the other one there. Go by there and check those out. That's over at the Ray Street. They're going into Kingston. So give them a call, that Reynolds Racing Marine. They'd be glad to hear from you and help you in any way they possibly can. All right. Dylan, give us a little Edgemore Outdoors, bud. Yeah. Okay, folks, welcome to the Edgemore Outdoors. I'm over here with Vance and Jim today. They've had several customers in. Just to give you a little idea of the whole shop. You guys have seen it. You know what's in here. I mean, it's, everything that you're looking for. And then just keep getting all the new stuff in. So we're going to get over here to the counter and visit with Vance. He's been making a list. And we got a bunch of reels up on the cabinet. And we're going to take a look at that. Everything in the world in here. Fishing lures, lines, plastics, sunglasses, all kinds of baits, swim baits, jigs, spinner baits, plugs, rods, reels, boat saver. I mean, it's all here. So come by and see Edgemore. We'll get over here and see what Vance has got us here on the counter. All right, folks, I'm here with Vance behind the counter. Vance, what you got laid up here for us, bud?
What we got here is some newer Daiwa spinning reels and a Daiwa Tatula CT bait caster. Uh-huh. And then we also got a newer Lew's bait caster here. It's a Tournament Pro. Yeah. We got some new Dixie Custom feather stick rods here.
So now you've been bragging about that rod a whole lot. Let's hear about it.
Well, this rod's a little bit lighter than the other models. It's also, the blank is made thinner. And instead of just red foam, it's got actual red wind grips on there for it. Uh-huh. So that's a real nice rod there.
Well, I picked it up. I sure did like it. It is light about that, and it's got some good backbone to it to be that light. So that's a plus. Now, what about these 2 reels right here, Lance?
You got a Daiwa Revros here. That's $49.99. Mm-hmm. And a Daiwa Exceller here, $79.99.
Well, I tell you what, they sure feel smooth to me.
They're light. They're smooth. It's a real good quality reel for the money there.
Okay.
We also got Mega Bass. Got all that in here.
Got some Mega Bass
Mega Bass. Yep. We got some new braid, different kinds of braid that is fluorescent. Yeah. Glows under high vis. Okay. Got the Tokyo rigs. Got new VMC Nico shroom weights. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, folks. Get by here, see Edgemore Outdoors. Jim or Vance will be here. Got live bait, night crawlers. I mean, hey. If we don't have it here, you don't need it. So get by here and visit with Edgemore Outdoors. All right, folks, we're back. Mike, I had one more subject I wanted to mention tonight. Don't be fooled by the warmer temperatures. Water temperature, like I said, might find 50-degree water. A lot of it's going to be 45 to 47, 48. plenty cold enough for you to get hypothermic. If you get in the water, you do want to wear your life jacket and keep it on. It kind of helps hold the heat in, keeps the wind out until it gets up warm. And even after it gets warm, you're going to shed some clothes, put your life jacket back on in case you fall in.
That's right.
Slip, trip, or fall on a lot of things in your boat. Mike's the world's worst about going down there and not having and not even have the life jacket out of the box. You know, they're still all under the lid. So if he's out there in the water, he can't reach over far enough to get back in the boat, and he can't reach over far enough to get in the box to get the life jacket out.
That's right.
That's right. I know. I usually am right.
Yeah.
You know who says that, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah. I usually am right. But, yeah, you know, throw the thing up in the seat, Mike. Lay it out there, you know. At least if it's laying in the seat, you could walk around the side of the boat and get a hold of it, you know, that type of thing. So, anyway, do keep your life jacket on. Think about safety there. You know, with you falling in 76, 80-degree water, it's like a warm shower. You hit that 45, 50-degree water, you're trying to get your breath, and it don't come easy.
No.
So, you know, it's just good thing. You know, you want to be safe out there and make sure you make it back in. You know, and then the boating accident we had there the other week down at Pickwick Dams, as far as I know, still haven't recovered any of the bodies. You know, swift water. The closer you get to the dam, the swifter that water is going to be, because that's where it's going out at. You know, and so you know, think about that. With the way the lakes are right now, everybody's dropping water, spilling it over the gates, that type of situation. But you know, I'm hoping that they've kind of slowed down on that a little bit. But even if we slow down up here on this end, it's still got all that water's got to go out the other end, Mike.
That's true.
So
And they're flooded out down there.
yeah, so it takes a little while for it to get there. So yeah, some of the reservoirs on down the system are still going to be running water through the floodgates and that kind of thing. So just be careful, and you know, I know over the year. Let's see, where was we at? Anyway, the engine was wouldn't run or something, and the batteries was good shape. So you know, we just got out there and fished for a couple of hours with, and then decided to go put it on the trailer. But I don't remember what lake we was on when that happened. Anyway, if you know, you think, okay, that trolling motor holds you, and like I said last week, Mike and I fished up below Loudon Dam at night when they was dropping the water, or running the turbines and stuff, and we crank the big engine, put it in gear, and then get up on the front of the boat. That little bit on the trolling motor just pulled us right up through there. But the closer to the dam we got, the harder it was. You had to keep turning that dial up on the speed on the trolling motor, get it, you know, to keep us running at the right speed where we can fish, and that kind of thing. So you know, it's you don't think about that current till it's too late, and when you figure out your trolling motor won't pull you in it. And nowadays, you know, that was when we had, what was it, 54-pound thrust trolling motor.
Yep.
Yeah, 24 volt.
Yeah.
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 24 volt, 54-pound of thrust. It was the Minn Kota, or the motor guy Brute.
Brute, yeah.
Yeah, and it wouldn't pull us by itself, so we got to cranking the big engine up, letting it sit there and idling, and then put it in gear, and then we could go up through there and fish, you know. Nowadays they got them 100, you know, they're 90. Some of them's 24 volts, some of them's 36 volt, and I think they even got a 48 volt. I'm not for sure. I know they do have the 36 volt trolling motors and plenty of them, and with 110 up in the teens of thrust. So even at that, you got to be careful with this current, because sometimes that, like the guy said, it'd take a 50 horsepower motor to hold you in the current.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to get away from it, you got to have more than that.
That's right.
So just something to think about when you get around the dam fishing, you know, and they're pulling water. A lot of times they'll have their lights flashing, and they'll come out and holler at you and this, that, and the other, and they got the dangerous water buoys out there, you know, keeping you away and that kind of thing. But we do want you to be careful. Remember our sponsors, folks. Pamela Ann's Fudge Candies and Gifts, Reynolds Racing and Marine, Tim's Tires. Dang, that's a dandy right there. That's one we haven't showed. Edgemore Outdoors. I got to get over there. Wesley has a tournament Saturday, and I'd like to get to Edgemore Outdoors beforehand, buy a couple of baits, but doubt if I can get there before they close tomorrow night. So I have to wait till maybe, they're only fishing till 2 o'clock. Maybe I can get over there Saturday afternoon after the tournament. I got a couple of things I want to get for myself, and
You have to do without lunch and go over there.
yeah, I have to do without lunch. Right, Mike. Shucks, you can't get from work to there in 30 minutes, let alone have any time to shop. So we'll just have to deal with it. Let's see, Mike, anything else you got?
Yeah, right now, if you ain't already done it, you need to go ahead and put some grease in your trailer bearings.
Yep.
If you see water run out there and it's rusty, then you better be investigating on them bearings. If you jack that thing up off the ground, and you can grab a hold of the bottom of it and wiggle it, and if it's got a lot of slop in it, then you may need to tighten up your bearings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pull your quarter pin out there and turn your nut to where the wheels are spinning and dragging, and then back it off a notch and put the quarter pin back in it and stuff. But make sure you're running clean grease in your bearings. And I've seen a lot of them that rust up like that. That water sits in there all winter long, and you spin it, and it sounds like a freight train roaring. Or it's so rough.
Mm-hmm.
It done rusted up them bearings. So it's a good idea to put a little grease in them every once in a while and see what it looks like, just like draining the oil out of your foot, and see if you got any water in it. And pull your trolling motor prop off and check your nut on it and see if it's still tight and see if there's any fishing line behind it. You know, that's one of the worst places to get line caught in is on your trolling motor prop. Cut your seal out and cause you to lose the motor on your trolling motor.
Yep. Good points. And let me tell you something. Make sure that you get that Aqualube, that water resistant, waterproof oil, grease.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a grease, you'd go out here and grease a pin and bushing in a farm tractor, won't do them bearing hubs any good, you know, because the water just turns that grease to mush.
Yeah.
And it really is not doing the job it ought to do. So get you a good waterproof lubricant to put to grease your bearings with. And they, you know, these parts stores has it, you know. Reynolds Racing Marine's got it, and you can get it right there. But yeah, that's what you need to use.
Yeah, the weather starts warming up, and all of a sudden you're seeing people sitting on the side of the road with bearings burned out of their trailers.
Yeah.
You didn't think about checking anything like that, and it sat there all winter and rust up the bearing, and then take off down the road, and it burns out in no time.
Right. I could go back and look at some of my records. I think I was putting is 4,000 or 5,000 miles a year on my boat trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Not counting. I didn't do that much last year, and I won't do that much this year, not unless Mike hits a jackpot and I go fishing every day. But in previous years, while doing the show, was in the 4,000 range, mile range, a year. Is what I would turn in on my taxes anyway. And that's what it was, that's how much mileage I put on my boat trailer. So, yeah, you need some good grease.
Sure do.
Yeah, need some good grease, without a doubt. You go to running every weekend, sometimes 2 nights a week up there at Point 19, Mike, in the summertime, 74-mile round trip. It adds up pretty quick.
It sure does.
Yeah, and me trying to get you to go other places.
Mm-hmm.
But you just had to go up there. Anyway, let's see. Dylan, how much time we got left? Oh, heck, about 15 minutes. Mike, you not got anything else we can talk about?
Well, I meant to shoot some film down there on how I load my boat up.
Yeah.
Because when you by yourself,
Yes.
Things is a little more difficult than what they are when you got somebody with you. But I found out that when I back my trailer in the water, I back it out a lot deeper than what it needs to be, and then I turn my wheels as deep as they'll go, and turn my truck to the side as I pull back up, and that swings that bumper away from the boat on that one side to where when I load up, and then I can step out the trailer right onto the ground instead of stepping in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I load my boat, come up on the trailer, I usually leave my motor in gear and get up there and put the winch to it, and it cranks up a whole lot easier with that motor idling like that. Of course, you got to get back in the boat to cut it off, but it makes it a whole lot easier to winch it up than what it is if it's just dead weight and you're trying to drag it up on that trailer.
Yeah. So you got your motor running in gear to help push it up there while you're winching it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does
yeah.
make a difference.
Yeah.
It really will. It'll help you. It just comes right on up there on that front roller, and then you just step up in the boat and go cut your engine off and then pull out.
Yeah.
So that's ain't nothing wrong with that, Mike, for sure. And I know the other week we mentioned about these boat ramps with the steep ramps going down to the floating dock. Be careful on those things, frosted mornings.
Oh, man. I tell you what, that down there at Blue Springs, when they took that lake down that other foot below normal winter level, and it was almost like straight up and down.
Yeah.
I think you was climbing a ladder trying to get back up out of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't doubt that a bit, Mike. I sure don't. Dylan, take us to Tim's Tires, will you? Okay. Hey, folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is a place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end and the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Okay, yeah. All right. Jeff Parrott just sent me a picture. I'll try to get it up on the next break here. Something that Mike just brought to my attention that we were kind of overlooking was the thoughts and prayers go out to all those families down in Middle Tennessee that's lost loved ones and had loved ones injured, this, that, and the other down there at, we're just, Gay, Bill's daughter, said it got within a half a mile to 3/4 of a mile of their house, you know.
Yeah.
Half a mile from where they were at, it just wiped, you know, gone.
Gone, too.
And so, you know, we're very fortunate here to have no more than those things hit in here that we have. You know, there's been a few, and but seems like a lot more down in the flatter country, Mike.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. For sure, it's like I said, thoughts and prayers go out to all those folks down there in Middle Tennessee. My wife Sherry showed me a picture this afternoon while I was getting ready to come over here. A tree with the Bible's up in the forks of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
There was a guy called in over there from down there, and he was talking. It went pretty close to him too, but he said that one overpass there on the interstate, said all those homeless people that stayed under that underpass, said they was all gone. Nobody knows who they was, how many of them they was, or anything about them.
mm-hmm.
So, how you account for people like that if you don't have no idea who they are or how many you got? So,
Yep.
it's pretty devastating down there. And a lot of people lost not only their loved ones and stuff, but a lot of them lost houses, vehicles, everything you could think of, nowhere to even stay or nothing. And I was listening to him talking about that tournament they was getting ready to have down there. I don't know whether it's the men's or the women's, the SEC tournament.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And said they didn't know whether they was going to change it or not because there's so many people that was didn't have no place to stay, would be staying in the motels, and whether there'd be any motels with rooms for people to stay in to come and watch the ball game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do. We just have to keep up with the news. Maybe they'll let us know something on that. But,
Right.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a picture here from Jeff Parrott. that was on the show here a few weeks ago about the men's night out up there at the Second Baptist Church there in Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
I got it pulled up on my phone, but there it is. I haven't got it sent to Dylan yet. And let's see, that's okay. Got a picture there with Hank Parker and Jeff and Curtis Perez, and I'll try to get this sent over to Dylan, and we'll get it on here in the next few minutes maybe. It's you know, Mike, you very good point, you know, what you brought up there. We'll just a lot of people left in a bad fix down that way.
You got that right.
No doubt about it. It's just bad situation. Hopefully that kind of weather's moved on. We looking for some nice weather here. I mean, it's time for it to get into what it's supposed to be. I know the frogs have been hollering for a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've had so much rain and everything, but we'll just go from there.
I seen the waspers out and the flies and different things like that. Squirrels running everywhere and stuff. So, you know, they think springtime's here.
Yeah, I agree with you, without a doubt. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. God bless you all. Be safe. Wear your life jackets when you're out there fishing, and think about, you know, what if I were to wind up in the water like Mike, and your life jacket locked up in the box, can't get to it. So anyway, be safe. God bless y'all, and we'll see you next week. Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful Bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages plenty cool. Got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new Spotlight trolling motors that I'm going to try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really is.
Got the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks sharp.
That's just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then
there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man, dadgummit,
so
Glenn.
Got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison.
This is Allison Color Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite, okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the, you can get this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Got a TV screen in the front.
Yeah. And then it raises it up, it's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know. Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.